Misogyny is a rake, and I don't know how many times as a society we're gonna have to step on that rake to learn our fucking lesson, but we're not going anywhere until that lesson is learned. And I'm not just talking about men, I'm talking about women also. This is a society-wide issue, this is a global issue, and as long as women's rights are a subject of debate anywhere in the world, that rake is just gonna keep hitting us square between the eyes until we learn our fucking lesson, until that third eye finally pops out. I don't know, because really at its core, misogyny is the hatred of humanity. It's the hatred of your own humanity. I don't care what anybody says. It's not the hatred of women. It is the hatred of humanity. It's treating other humans like they're not part of the same species. Like, whether you like it or not, we're the same species. So as long as you hate women, you hate yourself. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. If you hate women, if you have internalized misogyny, you are fighting a battle that you're never going to win, because it's a battle against yourself. It's a battle against humanity. That's why it feels like we're not going to snuff it out until we snuff out all of humanity. Like, that's why women are not reproducing, by the way. That's why women don't want to have kids anymore, by the way. Because, like, a lot of our eyes have been open to this, to the sense that we have existed for so long under the patriarchy, like debating women's rights and like giving women rights and taking them away and all of that. And we're not solving the actual problem of misogyny. The fact that women's rights are even up for debate is the reason we're not moving forward as a society, is the reason why it's always one step forward, two steps back. It's like, no matter how much we feel like we've progressed, there's always backlash against women's rights, and then the oppression comes back and we go through the cycle over and over and over again. And that's because we're actually dealing with self-hatred. We're dealing with the hatred of our own humanity. We complain about this shit all the time, but we just keep calling it by the wrong name. Oh, it's global warming. No, it's the hatred of Mother Nature. It's misogyny that allows us to exploit the earth for resources like that. And then what's our plan when we're done? What's our plan when we run out of resources on Mother Earth? We're just going to move on to another planet, right? We're just going to colonize another. It's going to be Mother Mars. Or like when people complain about financial inequality and stuff like that, guess why that is? That's because we have misogyny. That's because so much labor goes unpaid. That's because also keeping women out of the workforce like lowers GDP, like stunts progress. It stunts innovation. It takes away money from the bottom line that we all love so much. That's misogyny. When we lobby against women in the workforce and we say, oh, women should stay at home and they should do it for free and they shouldn't have an income of their own and like all of that, that hurts men too. Of course it hurts women, but it hurts men too, because you are denying somebody their humanity. You are denying somebody the same reward as you for working just as hard as you, if not harder.
This, by the way, is actually how we get billionaires. It's also comes back to misogyny, because when women's labor can be exploited and all the benefits can be reaped by men, that gives billionaires the permission to do that to the working class. And that's why having women billionaires doesn't solve anything, and it continues to exploit people, in fact, because we're not actually solving misogyny, and those women are reaping the benefits of misogyny and our collective hatred of women, which is actually our collective self-hatred.
And like I said, women are not exempt from stepping on this rake. They do it all the time. Every time that they think their youth and beauty and capitulating to the patriarchy and all of that is going to get them somewhere, it never does. Because hatred of women dictates that as soon as you're no longer young, beautiful, fertile, you are disposable. You get to be discarded. And these women are often in for like a really big surprise. Or women who get with men thinking, oh, well, he treated those other women like that because they were blank. You know, they were crazy. They were sluts. They had like a different skin color. He'll treat me right because I'm better. That never benefits you, because there should not be conditions for treating somebody like a human being. It's the fact that we accept that kind of treatment that tells me that a lot of women not only hate other women, they hate themselves. They hate their own humanity, and they believe that they are disposable, just like other women are disposable. You may not admit that to yourself, but that's essentially what you're saying. That's essentially what you believe. The male loneliness epidemic, that's another instance of the rake hitting society in the face. The rake of hating women, the rake of misogyny, also results in the male loneliness epidemic, where men cannot talk to each other, they're afraid to talk to women, they're afraid to be emasculated, all because they refuse to be vulnerable with that part of their humanity because they hate it. They hate that part of their own humanity, and it leads them to isolation, loneliness, and self-deletion. And I don't know, maybe if we start thinking about things like from this angle, like maybe we'll actually eventually fucking get somewhere. But as long as we think humanity is debatable, we're pretty much fucked.